Hello. How's everyone doing today? Good? Bad? Mediocre? Hey, Green. What's up? Not much. I'm doing okay. Is my mic picking up something? On my end, it looked like my mic was picking up something. Alright, I apologize for that. Let's get into this. Stellaris. Oh, it's a little big. Here we go. Welcome to Stellaris Nomads. Nomads was the most recent DLC released for Stellaris today, and it adds something that a lot of people, including myself, have been requesting they add to Stellaris for the longest time. Nomadic empires! You can now live on spaceships and travel the galaxy. You don't have to worry about borders, which is really cool. This is a very, very exciting update, and from what I've heard, this update is really good. This is the best update we've had since Machine Age, and that update was really good. But, and one playstyle that it adds that I am very excited for is a mercenary playstyle. Which is a playstyle I've always wanted to do in Stellaris. I wanted to be a mercenary. I've wanted to take contracts and beat people up for other people. And so, I've got my empire set up here. The Mercebunnies. We are fanatic militarist and we are egalitarian. And that's our whole thing. And this is one of the new civics they've added. Hired guns. This empire has established itself as a military partner for hire. They drive a hard bargain, but are at their best when using lethal force to solve their clients' problems. And so we get a whole bunch of bonuses with military contracts. Hang on. apologize for that. My nephew's coming down here to watch TV. But, I'm gonna go through the, Empire editor to show you some of the new things they've added. I'm gonna go to governments and ethics first, because nomadic empires, they are a toggle. They are not a government type, they are not an origin, they are not a civic, they are not an ethic. It is a toggle. You can just turn nomadic empire on and off, and you can do whatever you want with anything else. Now, there are certain origins that can't be nomadic, like Red Giant, Cosmic Dawn, empires that kind of require you to be around a star, like Arc Welder. You can be nomadic in Arc Welders? That's an interesting combination. I'm going to have to try that at some point in the future. Arc Welders is something I did not expect to be allowed for nomadic, because it kind of requires, like, mega structures, and those require, territories. But, you can even be a nomadic scion, which is interesting. You can have a nomadic hegemon, another interesting one. Nomadic common ground. I wonder if it spawns everyone as nomads, and you're just an alliance of nomads. That would actually be really cool. I have not tested everything out. You can also be syncretic evolution and be nomadic lost colony. But the origin I went for is Voidfarers. For this civilization, the journey is the destination, abandoning permanent settlements in favor of life aboard vast arc ships. They carry their people, industry, and ambitions across the stars. So this is a nomadic origin. We start with an additional logistic ship. I'll explain that in a little bit. We've got extra survey speed. We got more ship hull repair speed. Basically, we can repair things faster. Our arc ships faster. Dock ship, all that stuff. And finally, let's see. Let's go through here. I've selected some traits. My species is going to be rapid breeders because we're bunnies. So, instead of choosing a home planet, you choose what type of arc ship you want to start with. You have the civilian, the scientific, and the military arc ship. They are pretty self-explanatory. Civilian focuses on, like, your civilian economy, science is research, and military is, of course, you've put more guns on the damn thing. And you have different starting solar systems, depending on, if you're starting as nomadic. I'm going to start with Planetary Nursery, and we're going to name this star Bunny Prime. And the arc ship is called the Bun. And everything else is kind of just as is. Planetary Nursery is just basically baby star system. It's just starting to form. So that's our starting. So that's our starting system. Yeah. And like last time, I'm spawning the other empires that I have played in the past. So that includes the Morthel Plague now. We're going to have a guaranteed genocidal in the map. We've also got the evasion mechanics and the Rogue Skulkborn Republics, plus the advanced AI that spawns with the Rogue Skulkborn. I'm going to add a ton of empires to this map. I think I did so last time, but I did so last time because I was genocidal. I'm adding a whole bunch of empires to this map because I'm a nomadic empire and I want to interact with people because I am a mercenary and I want to do mercenary things. Crisis random, that's fine. Crisis strength 1, that's fine. That's new. We can adjust the strength of fallen empires now. That is interesting. That was not an option before. Oh, how high does this go up? 5 times? I see some masochists doing some challenge runs with fallen empires at 5 times and crisis strength at 25 times. Ooh! We can also adjust naval capacity and command limit now. Interesting! That might have been a last update thing, but I'm just noticing it now. Alright. Thank you! Let me blow my nose real quick. Thank you! God dang it! Thank you! Really, allergies? Are you really starting to hit me now? I apologize, everyone. My allergies are starting to punch me in the face suddenly. When the nomadic military junta was founded, the question was not who would lead. There was no shortage of candidates, but how to ensure that those who lead were worth following. The answer was a council, not drawn from the loudest voices, but from those who had earned their place at the table. The bun does not move on the word of one, nor does she drift on the shifting will of the many. She moves on the consensus of those who have shown they can steer her. Today, Eulalia Ripley holds the title of Bun Lady among those peers. The Bun was built to protect what she carries. Her hull layers run deep. Her weapon decks are crewed by ready Mercebunny. And her crisis protocols were refined over centuries of running hostile lanes, outrunning or outfighting whatever threatened the fleet. This discipline has shaped the Flying Fortress. With the invention of the hyperdrive, the galaxy shall know our might. Yeah, things are going to look different. You can notice we don't have any borders on the map. We're nomadic, so we don't have any borders. And you may have noticed something up with our resources. These resources are orange. These are resources. These are resources that we have, what do I call it? Exploited already? So, you have 2 main ways of getting resources. The first way, let's go over here, go to our logistic ships. These are the replacement for construction ships. We can build these things called way stations. And what way stations do is way stations can be put anywhere on the outside of the galaxy, and they'll gather resources for you over time. Or, you can send your logistic ships or your arc ships out to just raid all the resources right then and there, and then there'll be a 240-month period where the resources are reduced by negative modifiers. I think it's minus 75% resource output, so you can either like exploit the system now, get like a huge boost in your resources right now, or you can build a way station and collect it over time, and when your arc ship stops by that way station, they'll pick up those resources automatically. Your arc ship. Your arc ship is the beating heart of your... Why are my allergies kicking the shit out of me right now? Ugh. Your arc ship is the beating heart of your empire. If you lose all of your ARC ships, you lose the game. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. And, let's go. Here we go. Yep, your ARC ship is also your colony. Which is, yeah, makes sense. Now, another thing you may have noticed, your energy and mineral resources are combined into one resource called operational reserves. As long as you have a positive in either energy or minerals, put them both together as long as you have a positive of either of those, you'll be doing good on operational reserves. And it acts like a situation here. So if you have enough operational reserves, you'll get plus 10 stability, plus 10% research speed. We're right now at like plus 5 stability. And if you're running low on operational reserves, you have to be careful of this. You get a whole bunch of debuffs to your entire fleet. And then you can also, like, conserve and burn resources if you have extra resources. I don't think I'm really going to mess with this too much in this playthrough. I kind of just want to... This is going to be my first proper nomadic playthrough. And then, of course, you have a whole bunch of stuff regarding your... ARC ship. Now, let's go to our colony. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of the sprawling slums. Alright. With the installation of the hyperdrive on board Bud to Bud, our engineering crew have completed a comprehensive inspection of the ARC ship's aging systems in preparation for true interstellar travel. Numerous faults have been identified throughout the vessel. A signal originating from an unexplored star system has begun replicating itself across our communications databanks. Persistent interference patterns have detected across multiple sensor arrays. The ARC ship's extraction systems have yet to be tested under operational conditions. Resource surveys indicate viable deposits in the surrounding systems. These deficiencies must be corrected if the ARC ship is to be restored to full operational readiness. Alright, so your science ship works as normal. Your construction ships can build way stations and stuff like that. We're going to build a way station in our home system here. Now, one thing to note, and one thing I've heard from everyone, way stations are weak as hell. They can be destroyed super easily. Some other additions they've added to this update that I've not really going to look into this time around. You can become the Great Khan now. That crisis where space Mongolians basically try to conquer the galaxy. You can become the Great Khan now. Something I did not expect at all. But I think it's really going to become the Great Khan. Another thing that we're not really going to touch much into is, so in the past we've had crisis paths. My last playthrough was doing the crisis path for, galactic hyperthermia. We now have we have a Defender of the Galaxy path now, where instead of going down a pathway to destroy the galaxy, you go down a really powerful pathway to protect the galaxy. So now we have a countermeasure against crisis factions if they spawn. Yeah, I'm gonna survey systems. Your ARC ship, by the way? The ARC ship. By the way, it can build. It's pretty much everything in one. Like, it can build, it can do science stuff, it can, it can build, it can do science stuff, it can fight. It's your home planet.
Anomaly found. Shall we take a closer look? Obstacle removed.
Oh, wow, that's another nomadic empire. That's fascinating. We had another nomadic empire spawn in the area. Huh. Okay.
Anomaly found. Space is so full of surprises.
Also, another interesting thing, we get access to strategic resources early as a nomadic empire. Because minerals and energy work so differently as a nomadic empire, we use strategic resources to build. We use strategic and special resources to build instead of minerals. We have a way station here, so we can now do a research observatory.
Anomaly found. Space is
I'll have
so
a
full
mining
of
array
surprises.
here as well. We've also got an empire down here, which is interesting. Yeah, we spawned next to some empires. Now, one thing I should note is, these way stations. When you have two next to each other in a star system, it creates a way line. And basically, way lines basically means if you're going to collect resources at one station, you'll collect the resources at all the stations. And, I think we'll slowly start seeing, yeah, we'll slowly start seeing resources stockpile here. And, way stations, if they're connected to other way stations, it takes trade. So having one big long way station line is not recommended. Having like small little like 2 to 3 to 4 like way stations nearby each other to keep trade costs low and having areas probably a good idea.
System charted.
We're gonna build a way station here. Yeah, you see this? We're starting to collect a stockpile. And basically, every time our ARC ship or logistic ships go by these way stations, we'll pick up our stockpile.
A starfaring civilization has made contact.
Okay, this is interesting. I've seen this a few times. This is one of the new enclaves. The Champion's Forge. Basically, every once in a while, there will be like a Champion's Forge, like, tournament type thing. And you can send some of your fleets to go participate in that. And if you win, you get some, like, really cool rewards and stuff. So I'm going to exploit this, star system here. Mainly turn off auto generated ships. So I have an objective here that I can just complete right away. If I harvest crystals, gas, and volatile motes using my ARC ship, I'll complete objective. And I can do that right here, because I can harvest all of that right here. Here we go! Here's our first way line. So now, if we, like, collect stuff from this system, we'll also collect things from this system. And vice versa. Yeah, there isn't really anything that we can gather here, so I don't think there's a point.
Build complete.
There we go. That should have completed that objective. Okay, we've actually resolved 2 of our issues. There's not really much here. I could probably put a way station here. Nah, I think I'm gonna start building up a fleet. Our Ark ship also has a whole lot of, like, stuff we could do to it. We could upgrade it at some point. I hope that means that to go collect the stockpile and then go back to my Ark ship. It's not gonna go back and forth between my Ark ship and the stockpiles.
Space is so
Alright,
full of surprises.
that's kind of annoying. We can excavate sites as we find them. Okay.
Agenda ready. Prepare to set course.
Oh yeah, and because this is a new update with like a new play style, they've added the nomadic voice.
Look out the viewport. Endless black, scattered stars. Pure freedom.
I love this. I think my picking up something and I can't tell what it's picking up. Maybe that'll help? I don't know.
Anomaly found. Space is so full of surprises. Pioneering the way to progress. System charted. System charted. A starfaring civilization has made contact.
Alright, well, we found the Marauders. So definitely not going that way. And you see what kind of empire spawned over here.
Logbook updated.
Yeah, I think the start's going to be a little bit slow, but I think once empires start controlling the galaxy and stuff, I think things will speed up.
System charted.
I don't think I'm gonna partake in the Champions Live tournament right now. Can you move? Oh, wonderful. I have to stop to deal with this freaking event chain on my ship.
The council is ready. Knowledge clears a path. Pioneering the way to progress. Retrofit complete.
Precious! Come on! Precious! much longer until this situation gets solved? Oh, I have a way station capacity. Interesting. I'd like for my arc ship to move, but the stupid freaking research event, this event chain I have to go through, has halted my arc ship. And now I'm just sitting here.
Pioneering the way to progress. Project complete. Let's move on.
Okay, so Fallen Empire. Fallen Empire.
Anomaly found. Space is so full of surprises. System charted. Logbook updated.
Alright, we got our first contract. It's not a military contract, but it'll do.
A starfaring civilization has made contact. Agenda ready. The stars await. System charted.
There we go.
Research complete. We'll carry this forward. Knowledge clears a path. Project
Ascension perks.
本天敵足
Logbook updated. Build complete. System charted. Logbook updated. Knowledge clears the path.
Oh, god dang it. They just killed my scientist. Look at this. All of my people are on this one ship. Huh? No, this is the Nomad update.
Knowledge clears the path.
I'm playing as Nomads. I am the Mercebunnies. I just lost my scientist because these guys up, these aliens I have not discovered yet, have blew them up. So, sadness.
Knowledge clears the path.
Also, an interesting thing I might keep in mind is, I am allowed to have vassals. Yep, daily scammer. Hey, Eterna, I think we're good. You don't have to keep adding words to the list.
Project complete. Let's move on. Logbook updated.
Alright.
Agenda ready. The stars await.
Alright. Action development. Display power.
Communications established.
Oh, hey,
Another
sure, of course.
civilization crosses our path.
石的重量レジ安心。
Yeah, what do you think of our, moving colony, huh? This thing's cool. It's hard to see it, but you can see there are like little strips on this spaceship. That's land. People are living on like these things. The Ark ship looks cool.
Communications established. Another civilization crosses our path.
Magonian absorbers. Okay, just have to survey the star. Got it. I'm gonna have to send a logistics ship up there at some point. Yeah, the Nomadic Empire playstyle, it's a lot more micromanagey than, So, TLDR, I've got these way stations over here. They'll collect resources for me passively, and I can send my logistics ships over to collect them and bring them back.
Project complete. Let's move on.
If I can survey this star before I meet these guys, then I'll be able to complete my objective here. There we go. Alright.
A starfaring civilization has made contact. Knowledge clears a path.
Oh my god.
Logbook updated.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna stop my arc ship. Oh, these event chains that make you stop your arc ship are annoying. I think I'll go ahead and look into that. And I think I'll start putting some research labs on my arc ship.
The council is... Knowledge clears a path.
Oh, hey, there's the rogue scope board. Or have they spawned this playthrough? They are over here.
Signal received.
I lose the game. So I have to make sure my arc ship does not get destroyed. I can build more, so, yeah, but it makes sense. Like, it's where my empire lives, so... Yeah. In order for me to lose, I have to lose all of my arc ships. I start with one, so I have to be careful. Though, to be fair, the one I start with is pretty strong, so... I could probably wipe the floor with this empire right now if I want to, but nah. I don't feel like it.
本天的足
They like me! Yay! Which is really funny because there's fanatic xenophobe. You friendshipped them so hard they forgot how to reason. Alright. This guy has picked up our stockpile. So yeah, because we're nomadic, we actually have to go back over here occasionally and pick up our stockpile with our logistic ships. Really interesting playstyle. Very interesting.
Pioneering the way to progress.
Oh hey, these guys are quite chill with me too.
Logbook updated. Retrofit complete. Project complete. Let's move on. Agenda ready. Prepare to set course.
Alright, and then another set of friendship development. Interesting. About your names. Roughly every quarter century, would-be legends clash. They bring their own fleets, the tournament location changes, and the brawls never disappoint. Victors earn rewards, prestige, and a place in our scoreboard. Miss the call and you miss your shot. Don't wait. So do I need to send my fleet here? Yeah, I'm trying to partake in the new tournament thing they added, but like... Precious!
Pioneering the way to progress.
Oh, that's a little annoying. I couldn't really figure out how to get my fleets there. I think it bugged out. I think a wormhole was supposed to spawn here temporarily to allow me to get over there, and I just couldn't get over there. Well, I'll figure it out. I gotta be quick when passing through here. Oh, I got second? Huh? Was I actually participating in that? Huh. Well then.
Research complete. We'll carry this forward.
Alright.
The council is ready to chart a path. Signal received.
I think the tournament thing, that's really cool. You know, since this is going to be really far away from our way stations up here, I think I'm just going to harvest a whole bunch of resources here. Just exploit the resources in the area. What happened here? Huh.
Communications established. Another civilization crosses our path. pioneering the way to progress.
So, the Skulkborn want me to bombard a colony. Yeah, let's, hold position. Yeah. These guys want me to bombard these guys. It's a military contract that will give me a whole bunch of alloys. And while I'm under the contract, I get a whole bunch of bonuses towards, fighting. Yes, that Skulk. They're literally based on the Skulk from Minecraft.
Retrofit complete.
Now, I'm fully willing to take this contract because Ithil Intersolar is, really weak. Alright.
Our course now leads to war. Hostiles encountered, charting a new path. Space fauna encountered.
I'm probably going to lose my way stations, but
Enemy installation engaged. Signal received. Pioneering the way to progress.
and I just picked up destroyers. So my fleets are about to become better.
Retrofit complete. Retrofit complete.
Oloriane Larin, Navilatire Mitalidati.
Hostiles encountered. Charting a new path. Signal received.
Yeah!
Signal received.
Oh, I got a decent payday with that. Oh man, I got a really decent payday with that. They love me for doing that.
Signal received. Agenda ready. The stars await.
人安心。
Somehow my way stations did not get blown up during that.
Space fauna encountered. Logbook updated. Yeah, we'll have to get Arc ship construction at some point. Is it available yet? Signal received.
Alright. I'm getting a little tired. I had a rough week last week and a very restless weekend. So I think I'm still going to try and stream, but I think a bunch of these streams are going to be pretty short this week. I at least want to get 2 hours, but we'll see. We got 2 hours today at least. Alright. My thoughts on the Nomad update so far. The playstyle feels very different from what I'm used to. And that's not a bad thing. Like, I think it's really nice that we have, like, a completely different playstyle now. Like, we've had different playstyles, but you've had an empire with borders, and you've had a military and an economy. And yeah, stuff within that changed, but this is the first time we've had something, like, so completely, vastly different from the typical playstyle that none of that experience really applies to this. Like, none of the regular Empire experience applies to the nomadic empires. And I think that's really cool. Let's see. Let's see, Alright. We're gonna raid you. I hope you all have a good day. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.